Good morning, good morning. Yep, I got patches all over my face. I'm gonna go share this on my business page. And so many big announcements. So you're gonna wanna hang around and here, let me know if you're watching in a replay, hashtag replay, or just an R, whatever is easier for you, or a heart. I love it all. Let me see if it's actually showing me here. Yep, there we go. I got this shirt from Shein, whatever, before I went to St. Louis, and I wasn't sure I liked it. And I'll tell you why in a sec. I've had my patches on for about 15 minutes. That's about how long you wear these. Anyway, I got this shirt from Shein. It's kind of cute, but like it had these ties on the top, and you know, I guess I didn't look at it that close when I was ordering it, but when I tied them, like the tie went way down here. So this morning I'm just like, I'm gonna cut those off. So I did. All right, so let me see. Still, it's thinking about it. All right. I decided I was gonna try these eye patches because I love them underneath my eyes, like in the wrinkle areas. And you know, like anything, it doesn't really have a huge impact unless you do it consistently, but these do have some impact when you're first using them. So anyway, take them off and blow them. Good morning, Esther. And just as an FYI, I'm like taking the time to download every time I do a live video and put it on my YouTube channel. So they're going to be there in perpetuity for people to go back and reference. The one I did yesterday, Esther, was a smoky eye look with a palette that is 50% off right now. And it's got 9 different colors in it, kind of right up your alley in the colors. And you can get it in the UK. So yeah. And today I'll do another smoky eye look today, and I'm going to use a different palette that's not 50% off, but it is also on sale. It's called Cool Tones. So this is like a lighter purple, and then a pinky, and then a matte color for highlighting. And then this charcoal gray color is really pretty for the smoky look. So all the things. And I'm getting a drink of coffee. All right, so y'all like me. See, I actually think that actually smoothed out some of those forehead wrinkles that I had before the live. I should actually, hold please. I'm gonna take a screenshot if I can do it while I'm here. I just did. You ever get like when you do something on your phone and you get this like rainbowish color around the outside? What does that mean? Okay, I think I got a screenshot. We will see. Anyway, these eye masks are amazing. Even if you just use them on like underneath your eye, because it smooths out and just kind of like, if you're like, didn't get a good night's sleep and you want to like perk things up, they're great for that. Get my daily collagen. Talking about the warehouse sale that has 70% off things. The things I'm using today are all on sale. Including, you can snag a collagen box along with some of our gummies in starting August 8th through the 11th. You can pick up, and I didn't get both out. Let me see. Here's what you get. For $49, you get these 2 mascaras automatically. And this one's $55 on its own. And this one is like $29 or $31, something like that. But you get both of those for $49. This is US dollars, so it might vary a little bit if you live somewhere else. And speaking of which, now I need to warm this one up because this one I'm going to use today. This one in the warehouse sale, if you just need a mascara, $15 on sale. Anyway, for the $49, you get those 2 mascaras, plus you get to choose the beauty box that goes with it. So you can get a box of collagen along with some gummies. That's like $250 value. Or you can get a makeup kit with $250 worth of value. Or you can get skincare. So yeah. All right, I'm going to use the mattifying primer. I'm going to spread it just a little bit. It goes a long way, but I'm using it also on my lids because You got to have primer on your lids if you're using, especially if you're using a powder shadow. You want to make sure that you give it a good base, smooths things out. If you're like me, you have fine lines and wrinkles, you have pores that show up because they do. It helps fill in the fine lines and wrinkles, but it's not like packing it in there. And anytime you put primer on too, you want to make sure you let it set for a bit. All right, so the scale is up again today. I mean, 0.1. Whatevs. But I'm not in my happy decade, so I'm just gonna, I'm back to eating my healthy ways, my normal ways, and it'll come off when it comes off. I'm not gonna like cut out food groups. I'm not gonna like cut out all my sugar. Well, I don't eat a lot of sugar anyway. There's artificial sugar in my coffee. There's artificial sugar in my ice cream, but I don't eat sugar necessarily. Like I end up, if I look at my Weight Watchers app, like with 2 grams of sugar a day in my normal days. Now, when I was in St. Louis and I ate that ooey gooey butter cake, there's some sugar there. You know it. All right, so when you put your primer on, make sure you're letting it set up so that it has time to do its job. There we go. I peeked yesterday and showed you the brow gel that is one of the new products that'll be coming out this year. Another new product coming out, and all the rage, are lip balms. These are the lip balms, and they come in 3 pretty colors. This one is called Spa Day, which is a very, very light pink. This one is called Sunday Brunch, which is a little bit on the mauve side. And there's another one called Quick Getaway, which I haven't opened yet. It's kind of in the middle between those two. Great products. They're certified bunny something. Anyway, that means no cruelty, no animal testing, all that kind of stuff. But those are going to be coming out in September. They have vitamin C in them. So like if you pop them, I'll pop on the Spa Day right now. It is pretty darn light, but it doesn't make your lips feel sticky. And I was reading this morning, lip balm is like the in thing right now. But if you're going to grab a lip balm, you want to make sure that it's one that's got the good stuff in it. I'll wipe it off later. It's going to be really moisturizing on my lips because I'm going to do a different lip look today. But if you just want this, carry this in your purse. In September, we're going to be launching these. The other thing that I love are our new, did I get any out? No. Our new eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadows. Ooh. That one is called Bronzed and Boulet. I thought I got a couple of them out to show. Oh, I did. My 2 favorite colors. Here's my 2 favorite colors. But if I swatch one, you'll see. And they are budge proof. They are blendable. And they are beautiful. And they're good for you. They got skincare in there too. So there's the other one. Aren't those pretty? Look how pretty those are. And like I said, they're blendable. Like they blend together really well. If you blend them right away, they're like seamless. If you give them just a little bit, they'll keep the color like a little bit more pronounced. And blend them, and then they're gonna stay there all day long, like till you wash them off at night. Yeah, so I'll do it as it gets closer and we find out when they're actually going to be launching, because I don't know exactly when the shadows will launch. I'll do the swatch and I'll do the underwater test thingy because they're going to stay in place. All right, let's do some eyeballs. I'm going to use this palette because it's cool tones and it's all the things. And I'm going to start with a fluffy crease brush, which honestly I need to wash, which I haven't in a while. But I'm going to wipe it on my towel here just to make sure I got most of the product out of it. I don't know. I really do need to wash them. Anyway, I'm going to use this color as kind of my transition slash highlight color. So I'm going to dip my fluffy crease brush in it. And wherever you drop your brush first is actually where the most pronounced color is, and then you blend from there. If you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to make sure those eyeballs are open when you blend it so you can see it where that hood happens. Otherwise, the color might just get sucked right into that lidded area and you wouldn't even see it. So keep the eyeball open and blend up towards the brow. And then as you're coming around, bring it down and towards the corner of your eye. That just gives it a natural lift. And I'll clean that up just a little bit. I meant to grab my concealer, but I didn't. So I'll use my other one as my concealer today. All right, same on the other eye. Give it a swish, swish, swish with your eye open. And then bring it down, actually a little bit more, because that's where I wanted it mostly. Down to the edge, kind of like a 7, reverse 7s. We talked about those yesterday. Keep those eyelids open and then just naturally blend it up towards your brow. Now this isn't the smoky part of it. This is just the base to get you going. And just always pull it down, crisp on the outer edge. All right. Maybe just a little bit more on this side. Try to keep them even. And these are buildable products. So you start with a little bit less and you just kind of work your way up. Okay, so when I got on the scale this morning and it was up again. I mean, yesterday was 140.0. Today's 140.1. I mean, it's 0.1. But, you know, still doesn't make you happy. And I'm going to get my angled shadow brush and I'm going to use this darker charcoal color in the outer edge. So I'm just going to tap that into the color and do a straight line. Angle it up. Keep that eyeball open if you've got hooded eyes so you can see that color, and then bring it in. This is all going to come together, promise. So I was not happy when the scale was up again, but like yesterday I was back to my normal eating schedule. Like I had my normal breakfast, my normal lunch. We had salmon and asparagus for dinner. I did post about that because like I'm always looking for inspiration of like what to make for dinner. And I don't like really highly complicated things. I like things that come together really easily and quickly and without much fuss. Because my husband, I mean, I have a few things that I make that take a little bit longer, but I don't make those very often, truthfully. And I do lean towards like dishwithdee.com. She's got some amazing recipes for one and done desserts and some appetizers and things like that, as well as Hungry Girl's got some good recipes. I do have several of her books. And there's a few in there that I make. The spinach garlic parm or something like that is really good in one of her cookbooks. And my husband really likes it. And I think she intends you to serve it over something, but we just give it a side dish when we do those. Although I'm hoping there's some more fresh zucchini in the garden soon, so we can have some roasted zucchini. All right, here's the smoky part of it. Part of the smoky part of it. So you're going to blend it out, make a 7, pull it down. But when you do the smokiness, you're going to bring it underneath the eye. And I'm going to wait and do that after I do my concealer so I can clean up the outer edge. And so it's still pretty rainy out there today. Is it raining where y'all are at? But I was happy to see that today's supposed to get back up to 80. Yesterday was rainy and cold all day long. I wore a sweatshirt all day long, outside even. We went out for a few things that we had to get at the grocery store because after our trip we didn't have much. Okay, so another color that I'm going to use is this shimmery color with a cream shadow brush. And I'm just going to lightly tap that in along the lash line, but then bring it up only to the crease. If you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, please do. I have 9 subscribers. But tell your friends. Because I'll be sharing, you know, like in my lives, I like to share about my weight loss journey, which I'm down 110 pounds. Well, maybe not quite 110 now. It's not. 109 something. And I followed the Weight Watcher, and I still follow Weight Watcher's program. And it took me a long time. Like, I started when I was much younger. 2009 was when I rejoined this last time. And it took me like 13 years to get to my goal. You know, a lot of people get there a lot faster, but I feel like because it took me so long to get there, that I kind of ingrained the habits and made it a lifestyle so I can have a better, maybe hopefully easier way to keep it off over the years. Because my goal is to be when I'm, 85, still mobile, still walking every day, which I walk about 10 miles a day usually when we're not traveling. That's my goal, to be that. So I got to keep doing it all along the way to stay that way. All right, I'm going to pick up on this color. This palette itself, I think, is like 40% off. So if you need a good little shadow palette, it's got 4 colors. It comes in cool tones, it comes in warm tones, it comes in rose tones, which is also very pretty. And I can show you all of them. If you just want to drop August in the comments, I can help you pick out the best pack for you. You can get free shipping on anything, even if there's one thing in the cart. So that's awesome. In the US. Sorry about the free shipping, not in the US. But you are going to get the discounts outside of the US. So if you're in the UK, if you're in Australia, I've got some followers in other countries too. All right, I'm going to come back after I do underneath my eyes with my foundation and clean that up a little bit. I'm going to do the smoky part of that, but I'm going to use probably just a smidgen of this to clean up the outer edge. This is a Dermatology. I don't have a discount for this, but I do recommend it. It is a luminous eye corrector. So it's meant to be used like underneath here, but my circles have not been bad lately, but I like to use it to clean things up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a concealer brush, which I did not grab yet. Where are you? There you are, I think. Maybe. Yeah, we'll use this one. We'll use this one. And I'm just going to take just a teeny bit, a bead. See how it comes up there? And I'm going to just take this and clean up this outer edge. I'm going to grab my handy dandy mirror that I actually remember to charge a little bit. This is by a company called Fancy, but excuse the extra lighting going on there. But I'm just cleaning up that outer edge. And I'm going to come back with that brush and just kind of pull down in that darker color again one more time, just to keep it crisp and clean. I do have a couple spots I want to put a little extra on here. Age spots, y'all. Age, actually, it's probably more sunspots. But say hey when you're hopping on, if you wouldn't mind sharing this. I did share this to my business page, Becky Piper Life is a Journey. And if you're looking for me on YouTube, it's Becky Piper Life is a Journey on YouTube too. All right, let's get this cleaned up here. I got some wrinkles going on the outer edge, so I kind of have to lift the eyebrow. But I'm just cleaning up. And you want that line, a little bit more here, to go up towards the brow. So you're doing like a highlight line almost. Up towards your brow and then angled up so that you are lifting. Because when we get older, things don't stay lifted as much as they did when we were younger. I'm just going to tap a little bit of this right there where that sunspot is. It's many years I did sunbathing, I did tanning booths. I've got some damage going on the skin. And I didn't even start doing any skincare till I was 55. All right, that's why this thing runs out early. Oops. There. Because I always forget to turn the light off. Now my mini one that I use, when you close it, it turns off. Okay, so that's just a little bit of that color corrector there. We're going to put some BB, I always call it BB Flawless. It's Bare You Tinted Moisturizer on. And one pump will do ya, except you need to shake this down because it's running low. It's an air pump in there, so you don't want to open it up because that puts more air into it. Just about that much. And I'm going to get a kabuki brush. And I'm going to start the blend just by tapping it in. So I'll do this with all your foundation. Tap it in place first. And I'm actually going to bring it all the way up to my eyes today, but then use a little bit of setting spray. And that helps smooth it all out. So literally everything is on my site is on sale. However, some of the discounts are up to 70% off. And if you want to grab over $300 in makeup for $49, I can tell you how to do that. Or skincare, over $300. Or ingestibles. It's only going to be for a few days though, starting in August on the 8th. And what it is you have the opportunity for 3 months to get a discount on all your products that you purchase, or you can have your friends purchase using this special link that you have access to. You'll get 20% off automatically. You can use it personally. You can use it to share with your friends. You can do what I do, building a business. It's really up to you what you want to do with it. Or if you just want that $300 in products and say, okay, I'm done with that. I like them, but I don't want to continue. You just say, okay, I'm done. Or if you want it to continue every 3 months, a rolling 3 months cumulatively, if you sell or spend $250, you keep that link going. So if you decide, for example, that you really, really, really like the collagen and you want it to continue, you can subscribe to the collagen, get it for a discount, get free shipping on it, and you're like literally qualified to keep the link forever. I mean, because if you keep the collagen up. Just say box in the comments if you're interested in that. That is applicable no matter where you live. So Australia, so the UK. And I'm just further setting this tinted moisturizer with a little bit of powdered foundation. Taking it a little bit up to underneath the eyes to make sure that that color just blends in perfectly. There we go. How much that smooths it out. Great. All right, let's finish the smoky part of the look here. And it looks like it's going to not be raining, so the husband and I can go for a walk outside. I'm going to wear a sweatshirt outside, though, because it's not quite 80 out there yet. All right, taking the same palette again. We're taking this angled shadow brush again. We're just going to crisp up that outside right there. And this is going to be more of a smoky look. Yesterday, I used a really fine lined liner. And that's just, I just took the color along with that. This is going to give you a little bit more pronounced smoky look. So a little more drama. If you're going out for the night, you want a little extra drama. Smoke it out. And what I'm going to do is use that really fine line one to do the inner corner. Look at that. Super easy to do. I used the 4 colors that are in here. Now you don't have to use every 4 colors every single day. If you just want to use like the transition color and the highlight, you're good with that. I'm going to grab this really skinny little brush and just take that into the inner corner. Good morning, say hey. If you want to watch this in a replay, it will be on my Facebook page for about 30 days. Facebook deletes all videos after that, but I am now starting to transition my videos over to YouTube so that they're available for future. All right. I'm also going to use a blush today that is only $7. It's called Sisterly. It's a really pretty pink. Before I do that, I am going to use a little bit of bronzer. I do have some powder bronzers on sale too. They're really dirt cheap. But I'm using the Bare You as my bronzer. This one's called Barely Bronzed. I like the ease of it. I like that it's cream based. It's going to stay put for me. Not to say the powders don't either, because if you set things, they're going to stay there for you. All right, well, let's get this blended out. And I take it around my jaw because that helps define the jaw, you know, because sometimes you get the, you know, stuff going on down here. This just helps to give you a little more definition. That's really all it's about. And if you want to take it up here, you can. I don't normally, but you can. I need a haircut. Just saying. All right, let's try this blush out. I haven't used this blush in a hot minute, so we're going to use it together, but I'm going to use my fluffy taper blush brush, and it's pretty bold there. So what I'm going to do is load the brush up, tap it on the back of the hand just to make sure the color, and then tap. Oh, it's not super. It's been a minute since I've used this one. I knew it was on sale really, really cheap. And if you like a good pinky color, you can pick it up for about $7. All right, see the H spot keeps coming back. I am working on some things to try to lighten them up, but you know, it is what it is. As we get older, things happen and your face just changes and your body changes. So when you're doing your blush, you want to bring it up into the temple. And then I also liked in the summertime, put a little bit on the end of my nose just to kind of like give it a sun-kissed look. All right, isn't that a pretty pink? Now, obviously, if you have a more fair toned skin, this one's gonna be a little bit more pronounced, so you may not use quite this much. Or use the trick I used, put it on the brush, tap it on the back of the hand first, and that will mute it down a little bit before you put it on. All right, so we need to set this. I'm gonna use a little bit of setting powder. I use my mirror to double check underneath my eyes to make sure all of it's blended in pretty good, which it should be fine because I didn't use my concealer underneath there in total. Let me double check that first. But if you're using a concealer under there, what you can do with your setting powder is just use that same concealer brush. Where is it? Right here. Tap it into a little bit of setting powder. And then tap it gently underneath your eye. And that'll blend everything out and keep it in place. All right, I did have a little bit of that corrector underneath there. Not a lot, but a little bit. Then grab your big old fluffy powder brush, which through tomorrow morning or very early will be free if you purchase 4 things on my site, 4 unique things. Keep that in mind too. That's one thing about my site too, is if you buy 3 things, you're gonna get a free gift. And I change out my free gifts every Monday and every Thursday. Right now it's this. It's one of my favorite brushes ever because it's super fluffy, super soft, and it's perfect for setting. Now you could also use it for your blush if you wanted to. But it's going to be free on my site with any 3 unique things purchased until Thursday. And then Thursday, I'm going to change it out to a free gift and a different one. Stay tuned for that. All right, I do, after I put my setting powder, I like to come back on with a little bit more blush just to kind of give it that extra. And this one, again, is going to be like $7 in my warehouse sale. It's going to last you a long time. And it's a beautiful color. No, I didn't bring any. Yeah, I did. I'm going to grab my highlighter, finish up with some lips. I did put on one of my new lip balms today. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to show you. In my warehouse sale, my mini lipstick trio is like $13. It was $45. Comes with 3 little, and I keep one of these in my purse all the time. Yeah, I'm going to wipe off the lip balm. I'm going to line my lips, and I'm going to use a color called Plum Fairy. Let me show you all 3 colors that comes in it. This is like one of my favorite colors. Isn't that pretty? Plum Fairy. Now, if you want something with a little more red in it, use Mary Cherry. And I have a hard time with reds, but this one actually works really well for my cool undertones. And then the other one in here is a really light one, and it's called Pinkling Star, which is also very pretty. Isn't it pretty? They all have a little bit of shimmer to them. And you can get them until they're sold out on my site, 70% off, and they're like 13 bucks for the trio. But I'm going to use my Plum Fairy today after I line my lips. Yeah, I definitely need to order some more lip liners. If you follow me very long, I've told you before I had some trouble before with the liners. And so I had been using Sephora, but they're not bothering me anymore. So I'm excited about that. So now I need to order some more colors. And I'm going to get them cheaper because they're on sale. Now this is more the color of my lips. So it's not going to be a really stark difference. But the good thing about that is as we get older, our lipsticks have the tendency to kind of bleed out a little bit. Because we got those little fine lines around there. Yeah. But if you use a lip liner, it keeps everything in place. All right, this is the wrong one. That was Pinkling Star. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Plum Fairy. Let's use Plum Fairy. This trio has been around for a while. It was one of our Black Friday specials 3 years ago. And thankfully it's still around because it's one of my favorite. See how pretty that is? Just enough color, just enough shine. 70% off. Don't miss out. All right, gotta wipe the nose because it is dripping. And we're going to finish up with my $15 mascara, Twisted. I used it yesterday too. Quadra's also on sale, 25% off. So if you're my Quadra ladies, run and get those on sale. But I wanted to show you the Twisted because it's half off. Or go grab both of them starting on Friday. Get the Twisted and the Quadra for 49 bucks. And then you can decide which of the booster boxes you want to go with it for free. So you can get the skincare based one, you can get the makeup based one, or you can get the ingestibles. We're calling them the ingestibles. So it's my collagen plus my gummies. The gummies are for your hair, skin, and nails. The collagen is primarily for your skin and your hair, and it's also for your nails, but it's marine based, so you're ingesting it, and it's going to really, they pair together so well to give you like a 1-2 punch towards improving your hair, skin, and nails. And collagen is basically a protein that we produce in our bodies naturally when you're young. Basically, when you're in your 20s, you start to produce less and less of it. So you get to be our age, and you're basically not producing it anymore. So if you put it back in your body, it's going to help with skin elasticity. It's going to help your hair be softer, which mine was starting to get wiry. I don't know. You got wiry hair? I got wiry hair. It got wiry as I got older. When those gray ones started, the pesky gray ones started to come in, they are a whole different animal. They are wiry and they do what they want to do, but the collagen helped tame them for me so that they're softer. I mean, the hair coloring covers the color up, but it doesn't, the hair color that I was getting really, I mean, at a beauty salon, and they used like really good products, wasn't doing anything for the wiriness. It was really just coloring it. So the collagen really turned my hair around, and my nails started to grow like crazy. And my skin elasticity is much better. I mean, if I look at pictures of myself when I was 50, I actually feel like my skin looks better now than it did then. Yeah, there's a few more wrinkles. It's going to happen. All right, this is Twisted. It's got 2 wands in there. It's got biotin and keratin, which are healthy for your lashes. It'll help your lashes be healthier and stronger. There you go. And it gives you an incredible look. It's the perfect everyday mascara. Right now it's in my warehouse sale for $15. Now the sale technically goes through the end of August or until the products are sold out. So if we sell out of something, you just lose out. There's no back orders. Okay, let me finish this up and take a few pictures, and I'll get everything shared out on socials later so you can see the befores and the afters, including the difference in, oh my gosh, look at the difference in my forehead wrinkles. You'll see that before pictures that I took earlier. My daughter reminded me to take them. Like, oh, did you take some before pictures before you put the mask on? Nope. Okay, take those off, put them back on. All right, this is the look for today. This is a smoky eye look for those of us that are 60 plus. You can do it. I used my palette that's Cool Tones. That is amazing, and it's on sale, 40% off. I used my blush that is 70% off, $7, $8, $7 for this. I used my Twisted Mascara, which is also half off, so it's $15. I used my little mini trios, but I used one of the colors. It's Plum Fairy, and it's also 70% off. So you're getting that trio of lipsticks that are pop perfect for your face. Anything you want to pick up is going to be on sale. All right. Say August in the comments if you want info on anything that you saw today. Say box in the comments if you want to pick up those 2 mascaras plus your choice of beauty products or skincare products or ingestibles for $49 starting on the 8th through the 11th. And if you have any questions at all, just drop me a message. If you have a suggestion for a future video, please let me know that as well. All right. Have a fantastic day, y'all. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.